109 centimeters. There we are. Just where is it? There. Okay. Welcome to week 8. Now, I wanted to start off by talking about the possibility of an umbilical hernia. As you get bigger, there's a lot of pressure on this. Shouldn't be lying on my back. As you get bigger, there's a lot of pressure on this middle bit of abdomen here, and particularly in women, the pressure combined with the effect of relaxing can cause the muscles to part. Now this does close up afterwards. There is a small risk that the bowel will extend through that, but that doesn't normally happen. That's dangerous, potentially fatal. If you have a cesarean, you can have that hernia repaired at the same time. But just to say whether you can detect it or not, if you lie on your back, which you shouldn't do because it puts pressure on the placenta and the great blood vessels, and you lift your head slightly, you will get a small bulge here, or you can feel a soft bit along somewhere. Now I felt little twinges and sort of sore bits, but not more than that. So that's getting movement. Okay, I'll show you. Can you see that? Stopped. Okay. I was also going to talk about the effect of positions for sleeping. The thing about sleeping is, if you lie on, you shouldn't lie on your back because it compresses the blood vessels which supply the placenta with blood. So you lie on your side like this, but the problem with lying on your side, of course, is that this tends to droop down. So you might want to prop it up with a couple of cushions or something. I haven't got any cushions in here, so you're just going to have to take that for granted. So that's one way of dealing with it. Another big way is to use a bump band. Now I've gone and looked for bump bands, but basically can't afford one. But you can use that to support it. Okay, also I'm getting a bit too big for a bump band now anyway. It's more moving into the realm of maternity clothing. Right, now I'm just going to shift you so that I can sit down. Right, so let's just have another look at this. I don't know if we're going to get any more movement today. There we are. Just look down there. Bigger than it was last week, definitely, isn't it? Okay. Now, okay, can you see me here? Right. Just thinking about walking. I need to go back a bit, don't I? Right. Thinking about the walking down the street. The thing about walking down the street is that people don't notice if you're facing them, because if you walk towards them, it's getting a bit tight. If you walk towards them like that, you don't. I mean, you may be walking strangely, but you're not noticeably bigger. Whereas if you see someone from the side, you definitely get a strong appearance of a larger belly. So that's, as far as that's concerned, which is one of the reasons why I do this, or rather this, when I face the microphone. So, just having a look at this. Yes, is a baby on board like a foreign body? Well, in my case, we'd expect it to be more of a foreign body than most people's cases, but in any case, it sort of is for a woman. But then again, it's in a sense the reason we're all put on this planet is to reproduce, so not sure about that, but it does mean it's quite an invasion. You get tingling along here. I don't know what that's to do with exactly. You get some disturbance of the immune system, of course, and some people it triggers off things like gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, and so on. So just thinking about the whole measuring thing. Although I'm 109 centimetres now, it feels like a bit of a competition to do that. It's a little bit like, oh, how big can I get in a sort of big macho male pregnancy sort of way, which is a bit weird. So that was a bit weird. Also thinking about what happens if I have an accident. What happens if my waters break inside me and I end up full of amniotic fluid and an unprotected baby, and then I have to go to hospital. So I was thinking, carry a card with me. But the thing is that who's going to believe I'm pregnant? It's not going to happen, is it? So just have to be really, really cautious out there. Also, a sense of being at the centre of creation is quite good. It's happening here. A new human being is forming inside me as I speak, which is pretty fantastic. Yeah, I checked for the hernia. I did that. What's I saying there? Yeah. So the other things. Yeah, looking at vigorous, active, energetic pregnant women. How can they achieve that? How do they ever manage that? Because, you know, which maybe is probably not the best approach, but there you go. How do they ever do that? I feel quite a sense of envy there. Maybe there's some biological reason why it's easier for women to do that than men. Also, yes, your waist rises. You have a waist down here. Obviously I haven't got much of a waist because of my hips, but as you get more pregnant, more heavily pregnant, you get, you know, the waistline's up here rather than down there, which is a little bit weird, and it sort of disappears altogether at the end. There's, yeah, the sensation of putting my hands on the side of my belly is a bit weird, because it's sort of like I can feel that my fingers are curved, which is sort of like, well, they ought to go in there, that ought to be concave, but it's not, it's convex. Look, bulging out at the sides like that. That's weird. There's more movement there. I don't know if you can see that, I can feel it. Definitely feel the baby moving now, although I suppose in the fairly near future the baby won't move anymore. Oh, I've solved the nausea problem, which is brilliant. I don't have that problem anymore because I've changed the mix of herbs, and my concentration now is on getting myself to lactate, because I want to do that. What else is there? Yeah, people try to sell things to pregnant women to make money. I was thinking this about the bump band and the incredibly expensive pushchairs and all this sort of thing. Yeah, the pregnant women are out there, and you exploit, you know, do you really love your baby? If you really love your baby, you get a really expensive pushchair and all that sort of thing. And I think it's quite easy to resist that pressure, but a lot of people, yeah, it's really not on that, because it's about an actual person growing inside you that you're going to nurture and love, and hopefully will make the world a better place. Like, hopefully this person will. Well, I thought of possibly the name Ruth, it is a girl. I'm not stuck for a boy's name. I don't know if that means it's more likely to be a girl, because I'm thinking of Ruth and can't think of another name, because that happened the other way around with Daniel, is that we could think of the name Daniel and then we couldn't think of a girl's name. So, yeah, sort of playing on people's maternal instincts to make them feel bad, I think is pretty lousy, actually. So I'm just going to give you a quick final view of the belly. First of all, there it is, fully clad. Okay. Now, unzipped. It's really difficult to get these to come down properly now, but there they are anyway. So there's that. You see that flat bit there? I'm still not an outie. That's a bit weird. So there's that. And finally, full naked pregnant belly itself is just there. Just a quick talk. Just more movement there now. Definitely from time to time. It's a bit disturbing when you don't feel it. You keep thinking, oh my god, my baby's died, which is, you know, makes you wonder. And yeah, that's it for today, I think. So I'm just going to get my recording device, turn it off, and I will put a slideshow together. But in the meantime, I shall see you next week.